Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video like up. Kyle Abbott has always been a man divided. On one hand, the charming, ambitious heir to the Abbott dynasty. On the other, a son and father battling internal demons, pain, pride, and resentment. After his split with Summer and the complications with Audra Charles, Kyle finds himself more volatile than ever lately. He's been stewing over perceived slights from both his family and corporate enemies. He feels betrayed by his father Jack, who seems more invested in Diane's redemption than in Kyle's future. He's disgusted by how quickly Summer has moved on and disturbed by Harrison's attachment to her new life, but it's not just personal. Kyle's fury is also rooted in business. With Jabot teetering on internal warfare and Tucker McCall sniffing around for weaknesses, Kyle feels cornered. And when Kyle feels cornered, he fights back, but this time, he may be ready to burn bridges he can never rebuild. It started as a steamy distraction. Audra Charles, the manipulative, magnetic power player, was never meant to be anything more than a fling. But now, Kyle is finding himself tangled in a web of deceit. Audra knows his weaknesses, and she's not afraid to exploit them. Kyle recently discovered that Audra has been feeding information to Tucker. Worse, she's been using Kyle to get inside Jabot. His reaction? Explosive. In one of the most intense confrontations of the summer, Kyle confronted Audra in her hotel room, glass shattering, emotions roaring. But what truly shocked fans was not the fight, but the kiss that followed. Is Kyle still drawn to Audra because of lust, or is he plotting something darker? Could he be pretending to play along while planning his revenge from within? Or will Audra turn the tables on him first? Kyle's rage has deep roots. At the heart of it all is his strained relationship with Jack. Kyle believes his father has grown blind to reality, too forgiving, too distracted by Diane's supposed transformation. He resents how Diane has been embraced, while his own opinions are dismissed. In a heated boardroom clash, Kyle finally exploded, accusing Jack of favoritism, poor leadership, and hypocrisy. "You trust the woman who faked her death more than your own son," he shouted, slamming a file onto the table, the room falling into tense silence. This wasn't just an emotional outburst. It was the beginning of war. Kyle stormed out of the building, leaving Jack both stunned and heartbroken. Diane, predictably, tried to calm the situation, but her every word only fueled Kyle's fury. Now, whispers are swirling that Kyle may seek outside allies to take Jabot from under Jack's feet, and the name that keeps resurfacing is Victor Newman. Victor Newman smells opportunity like a bloodhound. Seeing Kyle's discontent, the mustache wasted no time extending an invitation. Over cigars at the Newman ranch, Victor presented Kyle with a proposal that could shift the corporate balance in Genoa City forever. "Come work with me. I'll give you the power your father never would. All you have to do is help me break Jabot apart." Tempting? Absolutely. Dangerous? Without question, Kyle hesitated, knowing full well what an alliance with Victor means. There's no going back once you're in the Newman web. And yet, the anger inside him is whispering that this is the only way to finally get respect. That if Kyle says yes, not only could it fracture the Abbotts for good, but it could also ignite a new corporate war with stakes higher than anything Genoa City has seen in years. While Kyle wrestles with his demons, Summer has been watching closely. Despite their breakup, she still cares for him. She knows what he's capable of when pushed too far, and she fears he's walking into self-destruction. In a tearful moment, Summer begged him to think about Harrison. "You can't let your anger take over. You're not just fighting Jack or Audra, you're fighting yourself." But Kyle, haunted by betrayal and pride, brushed her off. That night, Harrison asked Kyle why he was so mad all the time, why he didn't smile anymore. Kyle didn't have an answer. Could the innocent voice of his son be the thing that pulls him back from the edge? Or is it already too late? Kyle's next move isn't happening in a vacuum. Others are watching, waiting, and planning. Phyllis Summers, ever the wild card, has her own vendetta. She's been subtly nudging Summer away from Kyle while aligning herself with potential business disruptors. Could she team up with Kyle for a common enemy, or will she double-cross him at the worst moment? Meanwhile, Billy Abbott, Jack's other rogue son, has returned from his podcasting distraction and is sniffing out corporate chaos. He's always had a soft spot for Kyle, but he's not above taking over if the throne becomes vacant. Kyle doesn't know who to trust, and the dominoes are lining up fast. One wrong move, and the whole board could collapse. In the coming days, Kyle will be faced with a critical decision: loyalty or vengeance. That a confidential Jabot file has landed in his lap, proof of financial irregularities that could put Jack in hot water with shareholders. If Kyle leaks it, Jack's leadership could be undermined overnight. Audra, always watching, has encouraged him to leak it anonymously. Victor has offered protection and a pathway to power. Even Adam Newman, sensing chaos, has begun poking the bear, hinting at mutual benefits. But as Kyle stands on the edge, Harrison's drawing of their family, one house, for smiling faces, falls from his briefcase. The crayon sketch is a jarring reminder of the life Kyle once had, the one he's about to destroy. Can he pull back in time? Or is the fire within him too far gone? Kyle makes his move. The leaked story hits the business press, accusing Jack of mismanaging funds. While Jack scrambles to respond, Diane's instincts scream betrayal. Summer confronts Kyle in the Abbott mansion, shouting, "What did you do?" Kyle denies everything, but his eyes tell another story. In retaliation, Jack removes Kyle from the executive team, cutting off his access and banishing him from key meetings. The Abbott war has gone public, and no one's playing nice anymore. Audra, meanwhile, begins pulling back. She's gotten what she needed and now sees Kyle as a liability. Alone, betrayed, and spiraling, Kyle turns to the only place left for a man like him, Victor's empire. Kyle's official alliance with Victor Newman shakes the town. The Newmans are divided, Nick and Victoria skeptical, Nikki furious. Adam, of course, is quietly amused. Victor promises Kyle power, but at what cost? Underneath it all, Kyle starts to realize he's not the player, he's the pawn. Victor uses him to undermine both Jabot and Chancellor Winters, all while plotting even bigger moves. Kyle thought he was escaping his father's shadow, but he's only stepped into Victor's. Is Kyle smart enough to outmaneuver the master manipulator? Or will he become just another casualty in the Newman war machine? As the dust settles, Kyle is left with nothing but questions and regrets. He's lost Jabot. He's lost Summer. He sees less and less of Harrison. Even his alliances are crumbling. Audra has vanished, and Victor is already eyeing his next protagonist. In a rare moment of vulnerability, Kyle stands at the Abbott family graveyard, staring at his mother's headstone. He whispers, "What would you think of me now?" Tears fall to eye in the shadows. Jack watches. Will father and son find a way back to each other? Will Kyle realize he still has a chance to reclaim his soul before it's too late, or has the fuse been lit, and the explosion is already inevitable? Kyle Abbott's journey is far from over. His rage has torn open old wounds, shaken family foundations, and lit the fuse for a larger war in Genoa City.